with another helping of Moon Day energy. With the High Priestess Phoenix, I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, the Lilith reincarnated, the dark goddess herself, here in the fleshy flesh with another message. What do we got today? I really didn't know until I got up here, and I was like, let's just keep it light. In order to keep up with me, because no matter what I pull out, it all runs together. You would have to catch what I posted earlier, plus my community page. Speaking of which, I just posted it. It was 2 years ago today that I purchased this book. Anytime I got something new, I always told everyone of what I got, but I also told them I didn't know what it was. We're gonna jump into it and find out what it is. After I got into this book, I always said, I was like, dude, this shit should have came with a warning. This shit should have came with a warning. Like, don't open this. Like, they shouldn't sell this to just anybody. What was it? I felt like it was destroying my life, bro. Like, the second I opened this book, bro, I felt like it was so dangerous. But the truth is, it was just telling me about, by the time I got it, it was time to, have some guidance as to what was about to happen to me. What was about to happen to me? The alchemy of transformation. What I teach you. This is my Bible.
Are you sure they're not connected?
I'm sure they're not connected. I double checked before I started. Excuse us.
Working.
Okay, then they're not. Well, I'm not going to deal with this right now. I just said I was going to get you headphones in 2 days. Oh my gosh, Bucky. Anyways, going back to it. I could have never known, like I said, what it was going to be. And really, what is it? It's chapters, bro. It's chapters to a book that resonate in your heart, dude. It's the stories. And when it says reclaiming your dark goddess, it was mine, literally. You know what I mean? So we went through it over and over, and I continue to go through it with you. That's how I know where you are based on, you know what I mean, a level of hell that I've already been through many times. Where were we last? Well, we jump all over it. We go back and forth and back and forth. We get stuck in these levels. Let's see. Reasons for working with hell. Well, earlier we talked about that, you guys in your own personal hells. You avoid talking about the issue. You project your bad behavior onto others. You promise you're in control to ward off the concern of other people. You won't admit there's a problem. You take addictive substances such as alcohol or drugs to shut down your feelings. You blame others for your problems. You ignore the advice or the concern of loved ones. You start to lie to cover up, even if they start as little white lies. Yeah, we talk about the enigma of your secrets, hiding behind your masks. This is what the devil card is all about, you know what I mean? It's not really obsessions, you know what I mean? So, you may have unwittingly called hell when she heard you express fears about going to hell, fearing death itself, crying out for death, retreat from the world, denying the truth, running away to hide, fear of the truth, pointing your finger at others and blaming them for your situation, harboring secrets, deceiving others, sitting alone amongst gravestones, being someone you're not, covering your tracks, telling deliberate, barefaced lies, hiding the real you behind glamour, going hungry, refusing to believe in the afterlife, honoring and connecting with the deceased, naming your household furniture. To face up, if you turn to her when you wish to face up to the truth, to own up, to admit to your addictions and clean up your act on all levels, for the end of sorts, to face the fear of death and endings, such as a relationship, to understand and embrace death, to comfort at loss of dearly departed ones, to commune with the ancestors. So that's what we were talking about in that particular one, but all of them are stages. So in essence, I just exposed 2 days ago, I reclaimed, I told you the story about Caradwin, whatever. And then right after is the Morgan. Oh, now it's popping up on my screen. It's trying to connect to my phone. No, it's not. My Bluetooth isn't even on. It just showed me if I wanted to. So, anyways, let's go into... See, it's popping up.
So just press connect and then disconnect them.
Okay, next time it does it, I will. Sorry, I didn't hear you the first time. So what do you do with, what is Morgan? That's with dealing with forgiveness. Seeing red is what is kind of it. Battles and boundaries. All right, so Morgan's about taking charge of your life for strength, to be a winner, to make a stand, to embrace your fighting spirit, for fairness, for peace of mind, another to be happier than you. You may have unwittingly called the Morgan when you felt a desire to dress in red, dyeing your natural hair red. You felt fear and panic, rose up to the bait, placed a curse or a hex on another, felt incredibly angry, fought and argued, suffered mental, sorry, I had to look down and see if she was talking to me, suffered mental issues, thought everyone was against you, wished misfortune on another, became very defensive, deliberately set out to cause disruption and destruction, cheated to win, suffered a conflict of opinion, were furious at losing. Oh gosh, I'm seeing so many of you right now. When swimming in a freshwater hole or river. You know, I got a vision earlier of Marshall in a bathing suit where it had to have been like today or something. I saw him swimming. Weird, right? I was like, you swim? Took control, screamed and yelled, desperately wanted to win. All these winnings, as you know what I mean? I see all of them, and especially Lewis. It's like, how did you get me? Why am I in your face right now? Why is Morgan in your face right now? Turn to the Morgan when you wish for encouragement, for revenge, for a new challenge, to be rid of an old foe, for peace of mind, for strength in mind and body, to ignite your inner warrior, to stand up for yourself and others, to cast effective banishing or binding spells. I told you I'm all about that magic, bro. For prophetic dreams, to understand the cause of an ending or death of someone, to defeat bullies, to make weaponry, to join forces. So again, these are me, but that's the whole point of my story, is like there were stories told about different layers of me so that you could identify with those different layers, because those layers resonate with you. So this book is about going through all of the different layers of your divine feminine dark feelings, which are in essence me, is what you'll discover throughout this book, as I reclaimed my dark goddess. But in essence, these parts of me lie within you, and you can give them a name and a voice to be heard. It teaches you. This isn't the only way. All of my teachings are about taking this journey, but this was my first understanding, and then I got more stuff. So then you go and you look at my Saturday videos. I know, Friday, Saturday, I now have 5 different cards that I can pull to help us take this journey, to dive into it. You know what I mean? That's what they are. They're trigger points. I can pull stuff that'll push us into places. Where are we going today? We're going to keep it light, dude. We're just going to get some guidance over us. The divine feminine guidance. So what did I pull? Let's start with some sacred geometry, right? Because we talk about that too. That's God. He made everything in every shape and every form. You know what I mean? And that comes down to your synchronicities. This one just fell out. A couple of them fell out. Maybe we should just keep shuffling because there's more than a couple in there. He made everything in its shape and form. Going back to Adam, this is this and this is that. Who gave him the idea, called the animals of what he called them? You know what I mean? Who gave them the thought? Now, going back to my videos, you hear, that's what I just shared too, is the Timmy Turner came on in my sing. It's like, you literally hear this music. Yes, who gave them the inspiration, bro? It has nothing to do with the person that sang that song. It has to do with the words that inspired that song. Go back. In the middle of my teaching, an angel came and used this song as a reference. That's where they get their inspiration, your thoughts, your aha moments. As much as you like to put claim to them and you're such a fucking genius, you're not. You couldn't possibly. It's a spark of inspiration, of creative inspiration, divine creative inspiration given to all. So, synchronicities, you know what I mean? You're seeing these numbers because you're meant to see these numbers. They were created as because they're an actual language. My daughter asked me yesterday what a rune was, and the Holy Spirit gave her an answer. I was like, how do you explain a rune? And I was like, it's an ancient language, and those are letters that have meanings similar to Japanese and Chinese, where the letter itself has a very wise, extensive meaning. And that's what came out of my mouth. I was like, wow, I didn't know how to explain a fucking rune. A sigil. Now, that's another one. How do you explain a sigil, Holy Spirit? A sigil is, again, a form similar to a hieroglyphic that has a representation of energy. meaning you draw this like similar to the crucifix or some of these other erotesic symbols, and they have great meaning, but it's one singular symbol. Thanks, Holy Spirit. Are you that smart? Nope. I mean, I can be when it's given to me. Information is just fed into you, either from the outside or the inside. I don't feed much on the outside world because it's all a bunch of bullshit. And it comes from an internal knowing and a verification. So back to music and stuff, that's nothing more than them inspiring humans. You're nothing more than a channel to the bullshit. So, sacred geometry, they told them what shapes. They sat there and they inspired them with visions to create things in particular ways, and that's how that works. What do we got? Oh, 33, the seed of life. Now, for example, that what you're looking at is geometry. You learn that in fucking class, usually if you get that far in your teachings and schoolings and shit, university, whatever, middle school, whatever, you learn your geometric shapes. Well, that shape has a whole story behind it, going back to sigils and runes and, you know what I mean? And that's what we're trying to, you know, the Kabbalah, I have those cards, which I didn't pull, but the whole thing of, you know, understanding their mysticism is that the Hebrew letters, again, were filled with stories and energy, and, you know, you put together these letters and you can find out where you are moving through the tree of life. We're talking about the seed of life right now, though. On number 33, which is the Ascending Masters, your Merkaba came up. Yeah, there's a lot. I can teach you a lot. It's just, I mean, how much can I teach you in one day? How much can you take in? How much speaking? Last night I did 2 hours on top of how many more hours? Of an hours upon hours. I can teach you everything, but how much can you take in? Seeds of life, beginnings of change. The seed of life shape is 6 circles or spheres that complete one full rotation around one circle or sphere. The geometric configuration forms a beautiful 6-petaled flower. See it? Okay. It is sometimes referred to as Genesis pattern because the book of Genesis says that creation was formed in 6 days. The seed of life is the key to understanding the expansion of new energy, information, and light as it enters consciousness. What is light? That's God, bro. God is in everything. So if you imagine, every time you say love and light, you're saying God and God. You're saying God be with you, God be with you, God be with you. Love is God, light is God. It's not a person, but you could say a person. Jesus be with you. Yeah, you know, the Spirit be with you. May the Force be with you. That's all God. God is all of that. God is, it was in Jesus. God was in Spirit. God is in Force. God is in energy. You know, you must understand this. The key is the seed of life is a key to understanding the expansion of new energy, information, and light as it enters your consciousness. Pulling this card marks the beginning of change in the progression of your inquiry. And that's where I was sitting today. Where were you today? Kind of lost, but here. Lost in the here and now. Not in the outer world, but in the inner world. You have left the security of the center of home, of the known, and you are seeking new ways of looking at the world. And that's exactly where I was. But before I read this and then try to say it backwards, ask backwards. I'm trying to figure this out. Again, I'm still in the unknown because today was St. Patrick's Day and they didn't come to work today. And so, okay. I wanted answers today, but I couldn't get any answers because it was a holiday. The only thing I was happy about is I promised that I was going to do the teaching of St. Patrick before St. Patrick's Day, and I did it yesterday, which that's all I cared about. It's like, well, thank God I did the teaching because I thought I had missed it since the parade was on Saturday. So anyways, when it happened, it's like I'm still in the unknown. I don't know what's going on still. So I tried to wrap my mind around some things, you know. It's like, well, you know, like trying to ground myself into this world. Like, what can I do in this world? What? Just kind of trying to, like, you know, visualize, what am I going to do? I got nothing. I'm like, I mean, if I get if it's required to get a job, I want the most non-respectable, important job ever. In the sense of not a stripper, but I mean in the sense of replaceable. Like when I went to Dairy Queen, it's like that'd be an easy job. That if I just had to have a title, just put that on me. I could fucking sit here and serve ice cream to kids all day. Why not? Like, why, you know, if I knew how to blow balloons, I'd blow balloon animals or something. Do you hear all those kids? The door's open because the air conditioning system is max around here. So I have to keep the airflow going. But I love it. You know, like right now we walk dog, and the dog just hears all these kids running through, and she's just happy face, tail to the sky, flipping high, just like, oh my God, look at all these kids. I'm gonna lick their fucking face. And I feel it, dude. It's a vibe, bro. It's like you feel all this goodness and stuff. In the sense of, I'm trying to figure this out. It's like, okay, all I got right now is, as long as you're productive, you can stay here. Okay, well, I like it here. I can like it anywhere, though. That's the truth. I'll like it till I don't like it. I don't like it no more. In the sense of, okay, how can I make this home? They're going to probably want you to do something productive. What is productive? No, God's idea of productive and their idea is not the same. I don't think they're going to support me in my social media expansion. In the sense of, well, you're going to have a side gig to play all these gigs. Probably, right? What's a side gig? A job. Like, well, I don't want a job that demands too much of me or really needs anything out of me. I feel like I can be, you know, I don't know, it's funny because you going from the top of the title, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to get a degree, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be the general manager, and blah, 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 blah. Now I'm like, bro, what is the easiest, most unsophisticated job that I can do where I can sit there and astral travel all day and still get my job done? What kind of job do you people do that takes absolutely no brain space? I feel like working at a mall, at any place in the mall, takes, because that's where you get hired. If I could deal with the sun, I'd go work at one of these, like, you know, I'd go to, like, Water Worlds or, like, Six Flags and shit and just push a button and watch kids scream on a fucking roller coaster. That sounds like a fun... I mean, seriously, put me at a carnival and throw some balls at the shit or something. Like, what can I do here where I can just still be me, but still pretend like I'm part of this fucking whole universe and, like, I serve some kind of mildly, very mildly use. How can I contribute to this bullshit while I'm still trying to make this world better on my own? You know, how can I fit into the world while I'm trying to be a superhero? It's not really, I mean, it depends on how you look at it, but really, I'm just, like, looking up and down the streets, looking at, like, can I work there? What can I do there? What am I going to do here? What am I going to do here? Damn it. It's very hard to do stuff. It's not. It's the people that come along with the stuff. I do anything, just don't put, I need a cubicle. I need to be put, I don't know what God knows what I need. But I was trying to figure it out, and really, no. I have left the security of my center, of my home, of my knowing, and I am seeking new ways to look at the world. In order to do so, I have become a pilgrimage that will lead you to greater understanding of who you really are. Okay, I gotta be honest. The staff that works here, they have some really... I could do... I don't know if I could do that. I say I could, but, like, after so many hours of just literally sitting there doing nothing, that might be annoying. I thought about it today. Okay, so I didn't talk to the school specialist because I don't know what's going on and how long I'll be here. So that's jumping way too ahead of myself. But I saw him. He was there from 9:30 to 4:30. You know who talked to him today? Fucking nobody, bro. Oh, there's like usually 3 or 4 people at the entrance. You know what they do all day? Fucking nothing, bro. They get paid to sit around doing nothing. In the sense of, I don't want to do nothing. I gotta do something. But very minimal something. You know what I mean? Maybe I should work at like I'm seeing a cafeteria lady. Mr. Plum said I should do that. He thought that'd be good for me. That might be good for me. Who knows? He knows me. Would you eat from a witch? She's a witch. Don't eat the food. My life is hilarious. I'm gonna figure it out, bro. God's gonna find a fucking place for me, bro. There's got to be a place for me. Not really, like, just temporarily, dude. He's building me a kingdom. I'm building his kingdom, and he's got a place for me in that kingdom, but I got to do that work, too, and apparently they're going to want some work, too. Everybody wants something from me. What do you want? Fucking nothing. I just want to curl up and chill. You're, like, in a room? Not really. I tried to lay there today. That was kind of suck-ass. How do you guys just lay around like that, staring at the same four walls? I'm very grounded. I haven't been able to really astral travel. I told you I got grounded. They're making me stay here. I'm not kicking and screaming less, but it still sucks. Yours has become a path of a seeker. You are beginning an adventure, and that may become the passion that will fuel your life's work. Well, I know. I mean, these are all parts of it. I have to, and that's going back to my twins. I heard you earlier. It's like, how do I get her out of there? You can't. God put me in. He wants me to learn a lesson. I mean, I'm not going to be like, you know that. That's what's so frustrating to them. I'm here for a reason, yo. God brought me here. Don't you see that? Not just, to hold me, you know what I mean? So I can learn. So I can see how this works. I told you. I'm going to run something like this. I'm going to run many things like this. I want to see how it works. I want to see how that, you know what I mean? I want to see how to do it so I could do it better. If anything, God gave me a job. And this is part of my job, is training. This is an internship in essence. It's like just being part of it. And it's like I'm that undercover worker. I'm the mole. They put me in here to find out how this all goes down so I can make it go up. Yours has been a path of seeker, and you're beginning an adventure, and it may become the passion that will fuel your life's work. I sat out today and had a talk with these two Venezuelan men. I didn't fully understand their Spanish. It sucked ass. Sometimes the words are just so big, I couldn't. But we had a good conversation for quite some time, and he had a little 7-month puppy that my dog liked. But I kind of asked him questions. I was like, so how did it work when they told you guys you could come? It's like they just saw it on the news. All you had to do was go and apply for the immigration, and you could come over. And I was like, and what happened? You know what I mean? But you can't work? And they're like, no, they didn't give us working visas. They just said we could come over. I was like, that's some absolute bullshit, bro. Even if I went to Europe, I have to have a work visa. If I went to Canada, if I went anywhere, I can't work in your country without permission, bro. So they brought all, Biden's such a butthole. I never said he was my president. I was just trying to stop Trump. I'm very honest about my intentions. I didn't say shit, bro. That's why I didn't say, I own my part in this bullshit. I just want to point that out. Why are we trying to stop Trump? Same reason as everyone. Fear of what he was going to do. I faced that fear, okay? And face yours. I have no choice. He's in power. Going back to it. I'm like, how do you come back from that bullshit? We just said a lot in that conversation. Talking about it, and he's like, they brought him in, but they had no ability to live here. If you can't work, you can't live. That's what's wrong with our, you know what I mean? And even our system is so broke. Our system is so broken that even if you work, you still can't live. A job here will not afford you a house. So how are they ever going to make it in our country? And I asked him, are you guys fearful because of Trump that he's going to send you back? I was like, is there anything to go back to? He said, no. I said, well, where will you go? He said, I'll go to Colombia. I said, you don't need papers to go to Colombia? He said, you don't need papers to go through any of those countries. I said, that's how I remember it. I just needed an ID to go into Mexico. And, an eagerness to work. And that used to be America, bro. We were welcome to have them as long as they were willing to work. And they were, we were welcome to support their families. And that's really what it was, You'd take them onto your farms. They would be helping hands. They weren't your fucking slaves, bro. They were helping hands, and they became families. They became, integrated families. Your family fell in love with their family and vice versa. And, it was, going back to the white man and his tall tail. He wouldn't have been nothing without the black man's help. You know, that helping hand of the black communities all the way through. The Mexicans, you know what I mean? The Asians, the freaking natives, bro. If the natives wouldn't have helped you, you know, offered you a helping hand, you wouldn't be sitting here with your fingers pointed at us. I too wear a white skin, bro, but I'm, you know what I mean? I don't wear it so proudly as others. Just, you know. I keep going back to this, you know, life's work. Before I ever started this, I had the vision to build these communities, to build these small houses. You know what I mean? And it got better, you know. I've seen stuff like this, where you could have small houses already built. A huge investment, and just learn how the inner works instead of starting from the ground up. You could take what's already been abandoned, you know, someone else's trash, and make it a brand new treasure. You know what I mean? And that's making America great. You know how many buildings? We were talking about that too. If you've ever been on road trips, you drive through these small towns and there's like all this great wonder, all this great life that's been abandoned. It's like the right person could come in here and bring life to this with just a little bit of money, and everybody would feed it, because it's not that there's not money in these towns now. There's money everywhere else. You know? That's all it is. They'd be grateful to have a new restaurant in their towns nowadays. They'd be grateful for a gas station that stayed open after hours. They'd be grateful for a fast food joint that we on ourselves can franchise, I mean, and take to them. Shit like that. But in the sense of, you are beginning an adventure that may become the passion that will fuel your life's work. You know, speaking with these people, all these people, bro, do you know how many Venezuelans we have in our country right now that are able and willing to work? But no, they're not able. They're more than willing to work, dude. We have hundreds and thousands of working men and women available at our disposal that really want this for themselves and for their family. And if we could find a way to put them to work, we could literally build America again. All of these, you know what I mean? Being honest, you're not watching all this devastation. Who's going to come up and clean up all these fires, all these tornadoes, all of these broken structures? FEMA doesn't do that, bro. They sit there, and it's up to the freaking townies and the towns and counties and states and governments to decide what to do with this demolished land. They got to pay it off. But how much, you know what I mean? And that's where it is. It's like we have all of these people here that we could utilize, you know, not make our, you know, helping hands is what I'm hearing. We can help them and they can help us, instead of us just, you know what I mean? Because right now we need helping hands. Our own people don't want to do such things. And we need, you know, in the sense of what I'm trying to build, is it's going to take a lot of hands. And there's a lot of able and willing bodies if we could find a way to, you know, put them to work. And that's what's fucked up. It's like, if I was to put these people to work, I'm breaking the law, or they're breaking the law. They came in here with a losing chance, bro. They literally have to find ways to make money, or be given it. Do you understand that? They can't walk in. They weren't given the proper documentation to walk in and get a job. They don't have a social security number or an IE, you know, those last 4 digits that you always need, dude, to get a paycheck, bro. This company has to say that they're giving money, you know what I mean? That they're giving money, they by law, to an actual human being. You can't just say, oh, I gave this money away. That's all that corruptness that people be lying about their businesses, the blue-collar bullshit. You know, paying their cousins and all of this shit. You know what I mean? They're not an actual employee and all of this crazy shit. But we have people here that can actually, you know what I mean, do jobs, but can't be employed because of the setup of our structure, dude. And it's not like, you know, that's what's crazy. It's not like the Mexicans who snuck under the border and got over here. They literally, their government sent them over here. Our government let them in. They're trapped here with no way to live. If you can't work, you can't live, bro. They're just as subject to God's rule and providence, you know, you know, everything as I am. They have to literally believe in God. And yeah, okay, so now that goes back to it. It's like, so out of all of these Venezuelans across all of our country that they've brought, in all of the news, you only hear about them hitting one apartment building in Aurora, Colorado. Only one group of them has gone desperate. Given these circumstances, only one group of them has gone desperate given these circumstances. Praise these people, bro, because you put a bunch of Americans in desperation, they're going to kill each other. You know what I mean? Naked and afraid and eating each other and fucking killing each other. I'm in a place to understand things. You know, I'm in a place to deliver a message and have an understanding of things that, you know, I'm on ground zero, where I can report back to the highest towers what's going on down here. What's going on with the people, bro? How do the people? Let me tell you what I've seen. Let me tell you what they're going through, bro. And let's talk about what they need. They need jobs, bro. They don't need a handout. They're here to help you. They're here to put their hands out and help you. They're trainable. They understand English. They're very smart, dude. And they're very fucking happy. They're happy to do it, dude. You could change a family's life, bro. How? Oh, giving them a job, bro. They're smart. They know how to, you know what I mean? They know mechanics. They know engineering. They know, you know what I mean? All those jobs that, you know, that they know stuff, bro. And their wives can do great things in your homes. They can help out. You know, there's a lot of work put on a woman in her lifestyle. Where a woman, you know what I mean? We don't have our mothers and our sisters and our aunties to come and help us cook dinner or clean up the kids or, you know, read a book to them. We don't have our grandmas and we don't have that family structure of females. These women can come in with their, you know. I'm just saying, bro, there's a place for them. We can find a place for these people. They're not a burden, they're a blessing. But they were burdened by coming here. But they had no choice. They believed it was the land of the free and the home of the brave, and they could be prosperous in our lands. Everybody has believed that since the beginning of America. That's why they came here. They dreamed, but it became a nightmare. And we can, I mean, I'm just saying. A lot of you have places that you could, you know, you could employ someone for $100 a week. That could change a whole fucking family. I'm just saying, bro. I gotta think about it. You know, I'm looking at them. There's so many of them, and they're great people, and they got families, and they could have futures. But obviously, our government's not going to give it to them. They never intended to give it to them. Our government's out to get them, but we, the people, can make these our people. And they're good people, bro. I don't think there's really a race of bad people. When they're helping hands and they need helping hands, it's an exchange, you know what I mean? Going back to, I'm seeing the Polish, you know what I mean? I'm seeing, you know, the Jews. They were told they were bad people, but they just needed help. And some people risk their lives to help these people, bro. I can't watch. We gotta do something. They are gonna kill us. We gotta do something. They're people, bro. Look at them. We've got enough food. We've got enough. We can keep them in the cellar. They deserve to live. I'm not saying that's where we are right now and, you know, they're out fucking, you know, eradicating them. But it might come. It might come. And, you know what I mean? Who's going to save the people? We the people. Who's coming for the people? The government. And no more than they come for the Venezuelans, they could do it to any race of people they so choose. We've seen it in history. Just want to point that out, bro. And that's why I haven't talked to Ray. And he's not going to call me either, bro. There's no reason to hate these people. I'm trying to find a way to help these people. These people can help me build houses for our people, bro. These people can help me build the fucking future, bro. For our people and for their people and for other people, bro. I can't get Americans to fucking do that shit. No offense. Why? Because you're too worried about your own life. You don't care about other people's lives. They all care about each other. They see each other all struggling. They see it in full respect. Do they fear us and hate us? No. But they do have to unify together because they're in a serious struggle here in our country together. There is much information entering conscious at this time. Listen to messages from your higher self, and especially take notice of how synchronicities is at work in your life. Pay attention to what attracts you. The more you tune yourself to the workings of spirit, the more, and that's the thing, they keep asking me, people have asked me multiple times, are you a mentor? Are you staff? Because I don't look like any of them. It's like, no, I live here. The people in the front have asked me. I haven't got no cards or anything. They don't know who I am yet. I've only been here, I was supposed to get checked in today. And they think that I'm part of, something bigger because of my demeanor and how I dress. And it's like, that's a synchronicity. It's like, this guy asked me, he's like, he thought I was like here for a job. He's like, are you here for advocate? Are you going to be a mentor? Are you here for, I was like, no, I live here. And then the kids asked me, who am I? I'm like, no, I live here. The more you tune yourself into the workings of spirit, the more you will be led to discover what you need to know to create your dreams and visions. Take heart and know that you are at the beginning of an exciting journey towards self-actualization. There's no reversed aspect to the seed of life. That's where it is. He's planted us as seeds around seeds of inspiration. He put us in a garden, and he wants us to absorb this garden. And then, he'll when we're nice and big, he'll pull us out and put us, in another garden. But that's where it all starts, is with a seed. A mustard seed of faith is what I'm hearing. You put all of the little pieces together. And again, it's like, this is just a new level of understanding. You know what I mean? I went from understanding, going back to the domestic violence shelters and shit like that. It's like, I understand, that whole system in Arizona, that's why I cursed it. It was a non-working system. There was never going to be any success for any family that came there. It was just housing jobs for people. Granted, it was just a place where people could, catch a break, but they were never going to get ahead because of the structure of the place. And that's kind of where it is I get to go through all of these, infantry level places, down on the ground and see what works. And I'll be the one that comes back to Trump and say, look, Trump, I've been in all of these fucked up shelters. I've been working with these people. I have it all on document. I need some money, bro. I need you to help me make America great. I'm going to help you. We'll stay out of your way, but you need to help me. He seems to be about that life. Let me get my business plan together. He's all about that business. This is a business, bro. I'm running a business. I'm trying to rehabilitate people out here. So they ain't out here all desperate doing crimes and fucking, being a drain on our society. Trying to heal them. And it works. Check out my information right here. Send your fucking people. This is going to work. This is going to work. This is going to work. It's God's work. You do it. You do your job and I'll do mine, and help me do my job. I need some fucking government funding on this bitch. In the sense of no, because then they try to control it. But, you could really... That's what he's all about, is trying to figure out a way to make this world great again, and people just keep going to him with crazy shit, and he's down for it because they have a good business plan to it. Yeah, that sounds like it'll work. I'm with you. I support this message. Okay then, I got a message for you, buddy. In the sense of, I don't have to like him. We're working towards the common goal. The common goal, bro. What is the common goal? To make people better, to make their lives better. He's trying to do it on some funky-ass material world. I'm trying to do it in the spiritual world that'll, hopefully enable the spiritual. And ultimately, we're going to have to repair a lot of the shit, a lot of the damage he's doing to people. You're traumatizing people. I'm going to have to come back and help them overcome what you've done to them. Realistically. You're putting a lot of work on me. I feel like you should definitely be supporting my cause. Because you are the cause of all these effects. Can we get rid of him? Not without good cause. Because he's ruining things. He's creating a great workload for me. He's keeping me He's keeping me busy. Alright, so, yeah, what was that? Sacred geometry. We didn't get too far. I pulled out a lot of cards. This never happens. I never get too far in this shit. I have two very deep cards. It's like if I do one, I probably don't want to do the other. Let's do a Kali card. You guys know the goddess Kali? That's me too. Let's see what part of my Kali we're in. We're in LILITH Tupira Sundari. Well, I'm missing a couple arms, so maybe my hands are down for a minute. Let's see what this is all about. You're like, what? Yeah, it's another side of me. You are never going to fully grasp me because there's too much of me to grasp. I try to tell you what parts of me are being, you know what I mean, active as I'm sitting here with my left on my right and sitting in full meditation, which parts of me are influencing, you know, or expressing themselves in this particular week, day, time of my life. But ultimately, I have all of my past lives in this life fully accessible, trying to raise my lowest vibrational life, which would have been the Lilith. There's nothing lower vibrational than Lilith. It's the first vibration of divine feminine. We need to raise that vibration. So all of me is with me, trying to get me through the bullshit. And, you know, and then there's me. Alright, this is the biggest, longest name, and it's on page 111, the beginnings. With luminous grace, she plays her way into our hearts, softening, hardening, and despair, awakening the remembrance of light, of love, and joy. No matter what you've experienced, your heart shall be cleansed and released from ugliness, sorrow, and pain. Well, amen to that. Again, that's all we're trying to do is be kind. Negative karmic legacies will be cleared away. Our divine sister goddess invites you to recognize her golden restorative beauty shining within your heart. Cultivate that which is worthy of such beauty, for this is your essential nature. Gracefully release all else with dignity. Okay, as soon as I saw negative karmic legacies will be cleared away, that's the over-independent women in my family. We're going to give way to it now. I'm giving way to it. You're letting it go? Yeah, bro, no more. I'm not going to do this all by myself no more. I need a man. I'm calling in a man. I'm going to not be this woman. All the women in our lives have just done this. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to break the curse. I don't have to be the man. I'm going to allow a man to come in and take care of me. Our divine sister and goddess invites you to recognize her golden, and that's really what it is. Over-dominant women. Generation after generation after generation. That's why I was born into this life, because I was this, you know what I mean? I had to be born into the perfect capsule of bullshit. It's like this life is just created so I could clean up all the other lives. Alright, the third of the Mahavida wisdom goddess, LILITH Tempura Sandorai, is the Divine Mother manifested as light, playfulness, and beauty. In the Shakti Tantras, or scriptures of the Divine Feminine, there are two schools. One school celebrates Kali as the primordial origin of the universe, and that's it. They understood I was the first mother of the universe. And the others worship LILITH as such. So then, in our teachings, it would be Lilith and Shekinah. Right. Yet they are about two faces of one divine mother. LILITH doesn't compete with Kali. She is the boon-giving brightness. LILITH's presence in the reading is a reminder to play. Her sadhana, or practice, asks us to cleanse and heal our minds so we do not become consumed or overwhelmed by the suffering or ugliness happening in our world. It's all over my YouTube. I haven't been able to be on YouTube. There's all kinds of devastation. The end of the world is all over YouTube. Can you stop, dude? Take a breath. We've got many years of this. Just when you think it can't get any worse, it will. Without denying the dark side, that's what I mean. Love and light. We'll make it through this. There'll be plenty more to see. Of human nature, we can look through the inner eye and see what is happening at a spiritual level. If we look for the inner spiritual truth, we will find divine beauty. That is the courage, kindness, Shut up! Oh, God, it's him again. Come on, bro. This is so annoying. They might be trying to connect to you. Yeah, all day, bro. All the time. It's so annoying. I don't like it. Can't you just pick up the phone, you fucking coward? This is so annoying. This is so annoying. Sorry, I'm frustrated. It's been coming up all day, bro. You've been coming up all day. Leave me alone, bro. What do you want from me? What do you want me to do? All we can do is empower you. What do you want from me, bro? God. Oh. It's not done yet. What the fuck is left to do? Oh my gosh. Just as soon as I said I was calling in a man. This guy? Why you, bro? Why? It's not like any of you are any better, and none of you probably don't know who I'm talking about, and that's fine, because I feel similar to if it was you. Why you? And then there was Marshall. Marshall was on your fucking page. You guys are killing me today. I remember. Ugh. Marshall was on your page for like stalking your page, bro. I was stalking your page. I remember. I was looking at your page. Why am I on your page? I know what you look like, because you're pulling me to you. Get off me, bro. Oh, God, you guys are really deep today, bro. It wasn't just one. And then Russ came back. Russ. It looks like Gumby, Russ. It looks like Gumby, Russ. I'm sorry, I'm old and I just crack jokes. Don't get it tattooed on you. Why would you get it tattooed on you? You're going to have it all over your walls. You're going to make fucking furniture out of it. Why would you tattoo it on you? It looks like Gumby. I don't know what you were doing. You and your creative projects. Oh, my goodness. Sorry. I told him, I was like, Russ is going to come back with some bullshit today. Russ comes back with his cover art to his shit, talking about he's going to get a tattoo. Russ, it looks like Gumby. Good Lord. In essence, it's much better than the shit fucking cover art you put on Santiago with that ugly face. What the fuck was that? Hey, you guys. You took that too far. I'm frustrated. I know what's happening. That's why God isn't making me leave town. But why? What? It's such a drawn-out process, is what I mean. Can we just get to the happy ending? Oh, God, it's such an annoying thing. It's annoying to me. Every bit of this is so annoying to me. I can't even ground myself. That's what it is. Yeah, all day, bro. You need to stay the fuck out of my energy. I can't stand you, bro. It's like I'm gonna do some witchcraft. This never works. Get off me. Alright. Anyways, if we look through the inner spiritual truth, we find the divine beauty. That is courage, kindness, selflessness, generosity, love, and strength that humans develop. What am I talking about? Bro, they're trying to push the twin flame on me again, bro. There's unfinished business. I was like, dude, if we don't just finish the business, bro, what the fuck, bro? If you don't fucking stop with me. Like, are you gonna run? There's nowhere to run, asshole. No, I'm not running. Oh, God, I don't want to deal with you. Like, are you ready to talk to me? What are you... Alright, let me lower my vibration to the fucking nonsense that we're going to talk about this time. Because it's not about your feelings, right? It's about your fears. It's about the way the world works. What the fuck is it this time? Can't we just end on a happy ending? God, I'm so frustrated right now. I remember, it was all day. All day he was pulling on me, on my heartstrings. I'm like, I'm gonna cut this string off. I can't really, but I can bitch about it all I want. Just bitching. I'm just bitching. I'm a bitch. Instead of seeing humanity as victimized, weak, ego-driven, and wounded, that's exactly how I see you. You know exactly how I feel, Lalita. We can affirm humanity as a collective of spiritual brave souls willing to incarnate and grow during challenging... That's those love and life bitches. I don't see you that way. That's how they are. Let's magnetize yourself and all of them. My beautiful souls. Love and light. Grand rising, beautiful souls. Get up, is what I say. I don't see your soul. I see your flesh, dickhead. They don't see your soul. They're just trying to talk to it. Alright. Anyways, instead of seeing humanity as victimized, weak, ego-driven, wounded, we can affirm humanity as a collective of spiritual, brave souls willing to incarnate and grow during this challenging time of spiritual... What the fuck is this word? Obscuration on earth. There is divine beauty in such boldness of spirit. Internally, we shift from despair to awe, changing our chemistry along with... Stop doing that. The light. It's annoying. It's not going to stop. It's me. It's the energy. Going back to whatever they say. Shift from despair to awe, changing our chemistry along with our consciousns. As that takes place, we begin to vibrate energetically at a high frequency. What that means is you stop seeing people as basic, low-life humans, and you'll see that they're just a soul trying to figure out how to be a human. And then you can step back and have all of this. That's how God makes me, all ever forgiving and understanding. When I get real mad, he shows me you in your kid form, and I'm like, oh yeah. That's exactly what I'm looking at right now. I'd be looking at you like, dude, shouldn't you fucking know better or act better or do better? And then God's like, they're a whole ass kid that forgive them for they know not what they do. Dude, that's really the motto, bro. Half the people you see, you think a narcissist really has it all figured out, but they have no idea that they're fucking, they don't even know they're a narcissist. Like, when you're crazy, like, you clearly, no, they don't know. That's where I come along and tell you, did you know? Are you aware of the fact that you're doing these things? You know what I mean? That's where I bring all of this self-awareness. But until then, nah, bro. They don't have no idea that they're out here looking like a whole asshole. They never really do. And then, God forbid, you try to tell them. Ooh, they're gonna get you. Anyways, but when you go back to looking at them like, damn, that's a whole ass soul just fucking up that whole body in there. They're fucking up this whole... They're not really. They're getting fucked up in this ride. It's pretty much what's happening. Same world, same circumstances, but different approach, interpretation, and response. Which in turn leads to a different experience and future for us all. Meaning you stop judging people and you start feeling, you start... I wanted to say pitying them, because that's kind of where it is. It's like, damn. Well, look at them. They're just like us. They'll figure it out one day. That's just kind of how you are. Oh, you play with fire, you're going to get burned. Sometimes we need the darkness, the feistiness of Kali, the warrior spirit. Yet at other times, the lightness and the heart and the delighted mind of the buoyant spirit are what will open the way for us. For life to happen, we need both night and day, winter and summer, and everything in between. LILITH, isn't that funny? Her name is LILITH. And then it's like, Lilith and LILITH. It's similar. They're always similar. It's just, whatever. Why is it that way? Because it was the same messenger that delivered it to all of the ears. Anyways, LILITH is the reminder to give due honor to the brightness and light, especially if we have been dealing with a lot of darkness. In a reading, LILITH Tempura Sandurai is a sign of good things intended for you. The ending of a truly difficult time is near, as a spiritual shift from the dark night of the soul into something of a golden era in your life. Well, that's funny. I told you I've been in the dark night of the soul for like 2 years, and God said it was time to leave the struggle. And I talked about Seer, which is the beginning of brewing inspiration. And we're talking about new beginnings. And what's the beginning? It's just a new struggle, but it's not that kind of struggle no more. It's going to be a new adventure. That's what it is. We're leaving the struggle to go on an adventure. Sounds like it's going to be a struggle. Don't be so pessimistic. I'm not. I'm being optimistic. It is a promise of release into beauty and grace. Do your work to orientate yourself, to shift your inner being to be ready for her. What would it be like to dispense with worry and dwell within the continual infusion of golden grace? This is the way of LILITH. Be open to experiences of rest, pleasure, beauty, which can elevate your frequency and help you discover new solutions to old issues. LILITH helps your mind break free from poverty consciousness and belief in lack. Inner healing and transformation manifest through her playful energy. We become able to find delight and joy once more. And that's where it is too. What keeps me going? Poverty consciousness and a belief in lack, meaning I have to have more. And if I don't have, then I don't have anything. So that's what a poverty conscious is. Do you know what a poverty conscious is? Not having enough. That's it. You guys have poor mindsets because you don't have enough. A poverty mindset is just that, not having enough. And a belief in lack, meaning I don't have enough. I need more in my life for it to be fulfilling. So you're constantly in this perpetual state of chasing more. All because of a poor mindset, saying that you need more. I don't need any more. Inner healing and transformation manifest through her playful blah blah blah. Tempura translates the three cities and refers to the triple goddess as a virgin, Bala, the fertile woman, Sandurai, and the crone, Bharavia, or something. In a reading, this oracle indicates a change so radical and profound that it is irreversible. Wow. A previous chapter of your life is truly closing and will not be reopened. Well, maybe that's you, buddy. Maybe you're leaving my energy and that's what's going on right now. I don't see how you could re-enter it. It's not that I'm cutting you off. It's just you've cut yourself off from the possibility because you haven't left. How could you enter my life when you haven't left yours? That could be what's happening. I don't know. Whatever. It's all old, and everything's old is gone, and on with the new. This will be reason for celebration, for the invention of LILITH in our lives brings only delight, joy, happiness, and fulfillment. Whatever you need to release right now shall create a space for what is divinely destined for you to manifest through her grace. I just got this kind of like sense. It's like I need to let her go. She needs to be happy. Thank you. I do deserve it, even if you don't. I do deserve to be happy. I tried very hard. I believe you do too, but I can't make you happy, bro, and I can't break you out of your own hell. But at least you can let me out of your hell. Not keep me there with you anymore. That's what he said at the end of that Morgan book. Hold on. I don't know if I ever really read it. And I saw Art of Media, which is the end of the journey. Give me a second. I said it right here. Can you please close the door? I just hear something really loud. Something. Spirits. Signs that Morgan are around you.
My dad?
No, I just want the door closed. This is it. It says, another to be happier than you. What did it say? You may have subconsciously called in the Morgan on a soul level when you wished for another to be happier than you. That's what I got out of that. I mean, shit. It's growth in the sense of, I know she's not happy. She deserves to be happy. Thanks. That's growth. That's a huge growth. That's huge growth. Thanks for, thinking I deserve it finally. Thanks for the deservingness. What a guy. Anyways, where in the world was I? A previous chapter, there we go. Whatever you need to release right now shall create space for what divinely destined for you to manifest through her grace. You have every reason to feel hopeful. If you've been struggling with poverty consciousness or have lost a sense of joy or gratitude for your life path, LILITH is a portent of heart healing and restoration of grace, light and dignity in your heart. You shall awaken to your true inner beauty. Unfortunately, that's just as I curate. That's what's wrong with a lot of my twin flames. They have a poverty mindset. That's what keeps them going. They don't feel whole with what they have. They need more. You shall enjoy a change of peace and release from intensity. Open your heart and orientate your mind towards a golden era. So for me to be able to heal this, I hope that's healing them, where they can finally find the light in what they have. instead of always searching for light outside of them. It's like, at what point do you tell yourself, no, I have enough. I have enough. Self-control, but at the same time, it's a poverty mindset that's keeping you going. Invocation. LILITH Tempura Sandurai, Golden Goddess at play. Joyful, oh my gosh, Jagatambi, loving Mother of the world and benevolent Queen of the universe. You are all giving, so generous and kind. I open my heart to you in wonder at your unwavering desire that I should simply be happy and free. Stop. That's all I ever want for you guys. Just be happy and free. There's a part of me called the LILITH that just wants you to be happy and free. Know that. Your generosity melts all resistance. In your presence, I am as humble as a sage and as happy and as delighted as a child. You are my divine mother. You loved me so much on every level. I welcome your golden presence into my being, into my life, into my world. For the spiritual liberation of all beings, Hai Ma LILITH Devi. The next part is a visual. I'm going to stop doing these with you guys. I usually don't do the visuals because it's just me guiding you through a visual, and that's something you do. It's a sacred thing. So it says see, sense, intend. When I get to certain levels, there's certain books I have, like my archangels. I don't do the visuals with you, the guided meditations. Why? Because I'm right here and you're right there. I encourage you to buy the book. We do them one card at a time when I'm guided. That's why it's important to have all of this stuff when it's time. Why? Because you're going to be going through these levels. These are levels of my ascension that live within you. Your feminine feelings. There's a part of you right now that just wants to be happy and free. And that is trying to tell you that the old ways are over. If you've made the right changes, there is the fall of grace. As much as it is a good time for us, it's not the best time for everybody. There's two sides to every coin. We just came out of a 2-year cycle. They might just be going into their 2-year cycle. Are you on your moon cycle? Okay, I don't want to read any more cards. They're too heavy. What else did I bring? I brought the crystal mandalas. Should we just see what's on top? I don't want to read it. It's another heavy one. What was it? Oh, wow. I don't know if that's what we read last. Hold on. Alright. And my Ishtar. And it's a daring rebirth. We're going to read this on Sunday. Promise. We usually read these on light cards. So we're going into, our daring rebirth. That's exactly what they confirmed. When I was looking at this, the last card we read was Sarasvati, which was still part of the family. That's why I stuck. And before that was Hecate. So it's just levels, guys. It's always levels. We're always going through levels of our feelings, and I can give you stories and names to activate and get you through them, to inspire you to get through it. Why? Because I've already done this. That's what makes me the Ascending Master. I've already gone through all this shit. I'm just going through it again. How many times? As many times as it takes to get everyone through it. That's what's really the awful answer. How many times do I have to do this for the rest of at least 35 more years? I'm here for 55. I'm like, holy shit, really? Yeah, public service to humanity. Let's get some wisdom oracles. Wow, that was kind of quick. I don't know. That's pretty a happy one. Let me see if another one comes out. I guess not. It's number 11. It's by the book. It's like, that's pretty happy. That's pretty happy. I guess we'll go by the book. Did they lock you out, Nana? No, the door's closed on Nana. She's not happy. She's looking at me like, open the door. Oh, you heard me? She didn't like that. Alright, let's see. 7? No, 11. 12? Nope, 11. Abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting culture and family customs, universal laws. On page 40 and 41. Oracle message. The universe works within the structure of divine laws and principles that provides framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, the law of nature. Only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Every resolution or excuse me, every revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them, rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Okay. Release resistance for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Oh, this goes back to Trump, guys. I told you this when this happened, before he got elected. Don't fight this, bro. Don't be part of this uprising, bro. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it'll be easier to go by the book at this time. You don't want to be the cause of this, bro. When it happens, and it will happen, you don't want to be the cause of it. You don't want that blood on your hands, bro. And that goes back to myself. This is going to be the hardest battle for myself, Logic, and Royce, not to get involved. We have to follow the rules. And as me, as the Lilith that doesn't follow the rules, I'm telling you, I knew this before this time. There's certain rules we have to follow. We have to play along. We have to play along. We have to play nice with this and what is happening. We're not on either side of what's happening. We're the cleanup team. That's all. That's it. I've said it many times. We're here to catch the people. We're here to, we are the church. We are the hospital. We are the cafeteria. We are all those things that they, that they need. But we are not. We're not the warriors in this. We're the cleanup team. It's kind of bothersome that this is coming up so early in the game. Getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experiences. Find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way that you want them to, or the way you want them, whatever. Your connection will deepen as a result. Okay. So, Joe Bartolosi shared a video earlier. He said, why I don't believe in God. I'm like, whoa, this is going to be good. But I didn't watch it. Why didn't I watch it? Why don't you want to know why he doesn't believe in God? Doesn't he don't you want to know why he doesn't? No. Because it's going to tempt me to try to make you believe in God. And I have no business trying to make you believe something. He's entitled not to believe in God. All I can do is show him how I teach people how to believe in God. But if I go in there knowing that he's opposed to what I believe in, I'm looking for a fight, an unnecessary fight. Meaning everything you say is against what I say, and this is going to cause turmoil. And I'm not going to fight you, Joe Bartolosi. I believe that your soul is looking for something beyond God. You're trying to reconnect, and you don't know God in this world because of what they told you God is. And anyways, in that video, that's what it was. It's like, I'm not even going to watch this because I'm going to be tempted to try to push my beliefs on you. And you're just sharing your beliefs. And that's what it is. It's like sometimes people are just sharing their beliefs, and we don't have to jump up in their comments and tell them that they're wrong. And, and again, they pointed this out earlier in my card reading that this is me. We don't always have to do that. I'm not trying to push my beliefs. I'm trying to push yours. Amen. But at the same time, I'm not going to push my triggers fucking with your belief system. I'm not going to sit here and have a conversation about why you believe Trump is the best thing that's ever happened to America. I don't want to have this conversation. You are so entitled to that. I know he is, based on that sentence alone, I know that his production line has done great things for you and your family, and you respect what the growth that you see in your family based on his position, and that's why you really like this guy, and that's cool. But his growth hasn't affected all of us in the same way. So you can't make me as, a cheerleader for it when he's really not doing the same things for my family. And that's okay. That's okay. But in the sense of, we're not going to have this conversation. You're not going to tell me how great this person is when I don't believe in this person. Or I don't feel the same way about this person, place, or thing. This is an open invitation for an argument. An argument is nothing more than pushing each other's beliefs on each other until somebody breaks. Because at what point in the argument do you agree to disagree? Is that an acceptable ending to a conversation? No, because you felt unheard. You didn't get your way. You didn't get that. You didn't get the win. I can't make you see what I see. All I can do is tell you how I feel about what I see. But then you can tell me your version of what you see as the Venezuelans and how they make you feel. We all see them differently, and we all feel different about what we're seeing. I see things, through my eyes. And my heart comes up with its own feelings, just like you. So, we're looking at the same type of people, but we're not getting the same feeling. And so when we come together and have this disagreement, so to speak, going back to Ray, it's like he doesn't feel well about these people from what he's seen about these people. And when I broke it down to him, I was like, but tell me about your experience with these people. He had nothing to say. His experience is limited to what he's seen. And he's based an opinion, a very negative opinion, a very, the same opinion that he carries on other people. He's now placed on these people based on nothing more than what he's seen on TV. And that's where we got into a fight. It's like, you haven't seen these people. You've never interacted with these people. How dare you? You're not entitled to think that way, is what I told him. But he is. The media has made him feel this way about these people. Not these people, the media. And I can't change his belief unless he was willing to be around these people and willing to open himself up to a new experience, a new belief, a new feeling about these people. Going back to Joe Bart, I cannot just, I can guide you to what I know of God, but if you don't want to hear it, then you're not gonna accept this God, this version of God that you've probably never been taught before. And that's it, going back to the Venezuelans, I can show you this version of them that you probably don't see because you don't live around these people. You're not being housed with them. You're not eating dinners with them. You're not, shopping with them and shit like that. You're not literally smoking cigarettes with them and shit, all of this. So you don't know them like I know them, and, I'm just trying to show you a different version of them than the media shows. I don't know what version you see in your neighborhoods. I can remember when I first noticed they were here, I thought they were only in Colorado. I felt so ignorant to find out they had been poured out in all the states and none of you knew how to help them. But when I found them, it was about this time, like last year, I realized it was on the news. They were asking for, help with warm clothing. I thought they just brought a bunch of Venezuelans to Colorado and they were freezing up here. I didn't know that they dropped them in everybody's state and they were dying and freezing and hungry and, cold and lonely and jobless in every state. I'm very ignorant, and that's what happens. It's like, you don't even live in this world. You need to come back to this world to see how you can help it. And that's where I am. Like, I have to sit here and see what I can do. Well, what am I going to do now? I got to fix some things. That's what you made me for, is to fix things, not just to be happy-jappy all the time, just to have a wonderful life. I'm here to make things better, change the world. Well, spend some time in the world and see how you can fix it. And that's where it is. It's like, come back to earth. That was my readings. So, Kanye's out here trying to tell you why he's a Nazi and he's a KKK and he's a godly man and he's all these things. You can't tell Kanye shit, bro. But he's going to tell you, and that's where he's trying to push his beliefs on you. I want you to believe the shit he believes. How many of them do that? Relationship. Getting along with others is an essential understanding to respecting who they've become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. Find the middle ground and allow the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of other person. Playing things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want them to. Your connection will deepen as a result. I'm like, going back to Ray, I feel bad for him because I was his only friend. I mean, he has some people that come and talk to him, but ultimately, he was my friend as much as it. He lived in his trailer and nobody comes by and nobody talks to him and nothing. He didn't have no one. So in essence, you're not open to having friends. You're very cut off from the world. God literally had to bring an angel and put her in a car right in front of you to open you up to an experience of being around people again. In essence, it's like, I feel bad about it because ultimately if he doesn't, is he going to get out there and make new friends? Is God going to put someone else that, outside of his car that he can make a friend with that kind of mentality and shit? No. He's a good man, but he's not, and that's just it. We're good people, we're just not friendly. We're hardworking, we're honest, we're loyal, we're funny, we're generous, we're just not friendly. I'm not just saying him, but I'm just saying a collective of people that I vibe with. We're just not friendly people. We're not, out there to make friends. We're cool. We'll show you respect.
She goes outside. She's yelling at the window and there's nothing there.
I don't know.
It's maybe the bird or something, but she's growling at the window.
She sees stuff. She sees something. Going back to it, I'm gonna stop on this card. It's like you can't make people something they're not. You can't convince them into something they're not. You have to, take them at face value and not try to, and this is hard. It's like I wish to God my boys were better than they are, but I have to love them the way that they are until that they become better, and even if they never do. But I can't fuck with them on that level. You know what I mean? I love them, but I can't get too close to them the way they are. It's just kind of how it is. Your connection will deepen as a result, meaning I'm not going to try to change you. You are the way that you are. And that's just kind of what it means to be me. It's like I can't stay at this level with you. You're going to have to raise your vibration, bro. You're going to have to raise your mentality. You're going to have to be better than this in order to hang out with people like me. And this is a common example, bro, of why I don't have friends. Well, chosen ones don't. We choose our peace over everything else. And we know that with God, we don't need anything else. I would love to have friends and family and people to hang out with, but not when they're on that shit, bro. Your mentalities is what keeps you away from me. The things you think about and desire and waste your time and energy on is what keeps you away from a person like me and others like me. I don't want to fuck with no fuck-ass shit. That's some fuck-ass shit. I can't wait to tell you about my new project. What's it for? What are you hoping to gain out of this? Fame, fortune, recognition, validation? Not interested. Have a good life. Like, damn, you're such a bitch. Am I the bitch, or are you being a bitch like everybody else, trying to get the same things like everybody else? Is that not what you're doing out here? Recognition, validation, success, security, control, all that shit, bro, by doing shit outside of you. When I know that none of that works, why am I going to bother to encouraging you to keep going? I know that you're on a failing mission, bro. And you're gonna fall so hard learning all of these fucked up ass lessons about each and every field that I just mentioned. I don't even want to start a conversation with you. Here's my card. Come learn how to heal. You got a long journey ahead of you. Yeah, it's not easy being me. It's not easy being you. Let's see, prosperity. At this time, you can expect a return on your investment. Whatever you have pursued, be it a dream you've long cherished, a skill you've cultivated, or a service you were called to, will come to you, and you are willing to go by the book. If you are willing to go by the book, you don't need to reinvent the wheel of success. Follow in the footsteps of others who have already achieved the things you are striving for. You can learn a lot by observing the structures that are already working. Well, it's funny because I tell those that have set the wheel of success to change the wheel. But for those on the lower levels, you've got to learn somewhere. You've got to follow somebody's path. You know what I mean? You don't know. In order to be a good teacher, you're going to have to start out by learning. Your creative projects and commitments to prosperity are in alignment with the needs of the world, but impatience may tempt you to cut corners to get there more quickly. Stick to what you know works, and you will attract abundance. For me, this is just confirmation, like, I don't have to do more. It's just being willing to being open to more. There's no more I have to do physically. I've already achieved the things I've been striving for. You know what I mean? Realistically. The creative project and commitment to prosperity are in alignment with the needs of this world. The more you guys stay unhealed, the more prosperous that, you know what I mean? The more of a need there is for people like me and what I do. And that's what I was saying. The more chaos there is, the more you need peace. I'm never going out of work. Everybody needs healing. Everybody needs healing. And that's what I mean is I've already done this. I'm just going to continue to help heal people. But once I've learned the healing modalities, I learned how to do it. Now all I do is perfect it with others. You know what I mean? Practice and perfection. Now that we've learned it. Protection message. Now is the time for real change in consciousness as you are incited to revolt. Challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. It is not enough to rebel in small ways. This is a call to revolution. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside of the box that established order may reject it. And that's it too. Where did that come from? You're going to go talk to Trump? When I'm ready, I'm not afraid. I told you one day we would have a talk. I just didn't know what the fuck we was going to talk about. I saw it. I told you. I saw me talking to this guy. Could you talk to our president of the United States? What you going to say to him? Sure, put your hands on him, probably. I'm going to pray for the guy, bro. Seriously. Genius, invention, and transformation are rarely comfortable and less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. And that's it. We need a weirdo, a likewise weirdo to get this weird shit. It may be time for you to say no to the way of your group. Take a stand and make real changes. That would be you guys in your group consciousness. It is time to be that structure of your inner world. The structure of your inner world is alerting you to the need for a complete overhaul. This is a time for transformation. So let go of the fear of change. Your intuition will lead you through the darkness. There's no turning back now. Trust that the light will dawn. Epiphanies will surely lead to miracles. On page 44. And the next one says, the wind of change. 44. We're at 33, 44. 41. Joy, peace. It was all confirmation that we're going into good times, but you got to go into it. Have you left the old times, bro? How are you going to have a good time if you haven't left the old times? Russ, you're not in for a while. You're in for a rude awakening. I wouldn't say a wild ride, but I would definitely say a rude awakening if you're still doing what you did, thinking you're going to get some other type of result. As soon as I said that, that's exactly the name of it. Rude awakening. What am I naming Rude Awakening? I don't know, my album? my blog, my channel, my documentary. That sounds good. Rude awakening. Thanks, Russ. You're pretty much useless in other areas if we're not putting stuff down. What is it? Why do they keep kicking you out? I don't know. She's restless. She's got that Nine of Wands energy. Interesting. Rude awakening. It just stuck with me. It's like the rude awakening. I'm gonna create something with that right away. I can feel it. It's brewing into something. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, creative inspiration. I told you it comes from the Holy Spirit. You just got to be receptive to listening to it. Epiphanies and all. If you want to hear the Spirit, you have to be in the Spirit. You can't be in your thoughts. You have to work through the thoughts to get to the Spirit. Again, my specialty is to walk you through the dark night of the soul. I have to do it, in increments. We go dark and light. We go, today was one of our lighter videos. No, actually, this morning was dark, and then this is our light video. We go back and forth through it. It's a simple balance of, putting a certain level, bringing up your darknesses and putting, healing them, and then replacing a certain amount of light to where that hole of darkness we just pulled out. But we're always going to talk about healing on this channel. That's all I ever talk about, is healing your thoughts and feelings and resentments and built up emotions, conscious or subconscious, past or present life bullshit. So that's what I do. And there's always going to be a million people to heal. There's always going to be somebody that has something repressed. So again, I'm never out of work. For anybody new, that's what we really do around here. It's entertaining and all. My life is a joke, but the joke is yours. Your life is the joke. I actually have a purpose. I'm just running through this. I know how this ends. I'm just taking the measures and, taking the steps, fighting the fears, overcoming the challenges, going through my karma. Same as you, but I don't think you're fully aware that this is what it's called for. And if you're on my page, you have answered the calling, and now you have to follow the calling. And not necessarily fully me, because at some point you're going to be pulled away. You'll know enough that now it's time to take your journey. And it's an individual journey. I'm just the guide on the, on the surface level. This is all going to happen inside of you. Nana, you'll stay over here. So, that's our reading for tonight. What do we hit? The Seed of Life was New Beginnings. LILITH was New Beginnings. This one was Going by the Book. Interesting. Hey, love yous. Laters. Bye.